prefer TrueWhale to take. I can't name them because we don't know what they are yet. But goes with the Juno here, and that signals probably a ban on this Gianna or Changpeng. Narsha's probably also okay. thompsin's likely going to take out this Nana, but I think Ragdoll's also perfectly fine. It's going to come down to one of those two, but I really like thompsin's draft here. There's a lot of threat. Ragdoll's probably the best man given the fact that he's AoE cleaving. So if thompsin takes out Ragdoll, he's going to be in a good spot. Takes out the Juno instead, which I'm not sure about. If TrueWhale does not have Will on, say, a Masha or something, TrueWhale might be able to snipe a unit off the bat. So not sure about thompsin's ban there. We'll see how the opening looks.
We'll see how this open does look between thompsin and TrueWhale as we get into the first match between the two of them. Let's see who's going to be taking first turn.
We see thompsin's going to be able to open up with a bomb onto the Masha. Misses the bomb here, but is going to get a strip off. But again, his units are going to be cut. Does not strip 2 units. Huge.
That is a massive for TrueWhale, able to get the defense break on top of that Gianna. Dominic, we know how fast this unit is going to be. Dominic taking the turn here. Looking so good for TrueWhale, able to remove this unit and get another orb on top of his Nana.
And that orb is going to be massive here because thompsin does not have enough damage over time to be able to take out 2 Nana orbs here. Changpeng is a very good unit, but again, may not have enough in the back pocket, but that's a very big proc on Changpeng there.
Definitely a really good proc as well. We've got the serious matter coming out, reducing the attack bars of TrueWhale, of course. We're going to see some good damage coming from this Nasha. We know it can really pump out. Goes straight for the Nana and gets that kill.
Definitely a lot of damage coming out from the side of thompsin. thompsin may have a chance. They should throw out skill 3 from Shizuka. Skill 2 should go on Changpeng, refresh those cooldowns, and be able to cycle damage and maybe get through the additional orb of Nanas here. So thompsin might be able to take this down.
He might be able to. We've got Nana getting dropped there. No more orbs are going to be up after going after Nana only to remove those orbs. We've got that Shizuka with the skill 2. Let's see if he does place it on the Changpeng, and he does.
Does place on Changpeng here, so Changpeng's going to have more skills up. It's going to be able to do a lot of damage. If Changpeng procs, that's going to be a lot of momentum going the way of thompsin.
Nice little additional turn, able to pump a little bit of damage into the Nasha. Nasha's still very healthy. Removes the Nana from the field. Not a unit that thompsin's going to have to worry about anymore. Big skill 2 goes out with the initial turn as well. Serious matter, reducing the attack bars of TrueWhale. Looking so good for thompsin.
Absolutely massive proc coming on the side of thompsin there. That's exactly what he needed to come back here. TrueWhale's going to be losing a unit. Once this Narsha takes a turn, it does have speed buff, so it's going to move in front of the other 2 units here. So thompsin's going to take out a unit. TrueWhale's going to need to be able to use this Masha and dominate the game with it.
Let's see what happens here, because thompsin needs to keep this Masha alive. Remove the unit. Gets the initial turn as well. 2 units down. thompsin looking so good in this first match between TrueWhale and winning round 1.
Wow. You know, could really lean into a whole bunch of things. Goes with the Leo to disrupt the damage on the Narsha. Makes a lot of sense, but Leo's not exactly the best into Oliver or the Praha, so kind of an interesting Leo pick there. But TrueWhale probably is going to need to ban out that Leo.
Yeah, it feels like you might be letting the Nana through to try to lower the damage of TrueWhale, but it could be a couple things.
Yeah, definitely could be a couple things, but if I'm TrueWhale, I definitely want to push that first turn advantage, ride that Narsha to victory, so taking out that Leo might quite make sense here. And takes out the Ragdoll, so it does disrupt some sort of opening from thompsin's side of the field here. But again, this might be a fair bit of damage coming out from the Leo. That Narsha, we also know, is probably a little squishy here, so we'll see if TrueWhale's able to down a unit off the bat here. And if not, thompsin may be able to have a better turn 2 and long run game here.
Well, let's see what happens, because we're getting into the second round between TrueWhale and thompsin. Leo kicking things off.
And thompsin here should be aiming for a dismount on that Narsha and trying to down that Narsha off the back. thompsin does have a Gianna that's going to be able to cycle turns over and over again. Does go for some damage on the Oliver, and that's actually a lot of damage coming from that Leo onto that Oliver over time. TrueWhale is going to be in an interesting spot here. Does have heals coming from the Praha later in the game, but is going to need to be able to do some damage at some point.
Yeah, Sekhmet was able to get the strip, not reset though, on the Shizuka. Big damage coming out of Nasha on to that Gianna. Gianna sitting there with the defense break right now. No buffs on the side of thompsin. Could be put to sleep here.
Definitely should be using that sleep here. Does put his units, opponent's units to sleep there, but does not get the Shizuka, which is absolutely huge because the Shizuka can return it, but is reset from that Oliver.
Yeah, Oliver is going to be right there in time to stop that Shizuka from doing anything. Of course, with more turns coming out here. Lots of turns coming out here.
Lots of turns coming out here, and TrueWhale is going to find a burst opportunity here. That Oliver's just doing Oliver things, just cycling turns, taking many turns here. TrueWhale's going to have a defense break coming from that Narsha, going to be able to pump damage with his Praha and the Sekhmet over time. So thompsin's going to need to find some momentum, but it's a little challenging here. He does not have a lot of support units in this game.
Sekhmet with all skills available, getting the reset on top of that Masha. Narsha looking to pummel in that damage on top of the Gianna, landing that defense break as well. We've got Praha with the first skill, cycling a little bit of attack bar, getting the initial turn, dropping Gianna.
Dropping Gianna is huge here, and the big part here is Gianna has not dropped a bomb in a single part of the game, so if Shizuka does manage to get its skill off, it's not going to come with the bomb, which is very big in this matchup. That's a big proc, gets its skill 2, and it's going to have skill 2 available soon. But again, TrueWhale pumping in a lot of damage is looking really dominant so far.
Yep, that could be really big for Shizuka to revive back to Gianna to get that bomb onto the field, but we've got more additional turns coming out of Praha to put thompsin's team to sleep again.
It's a lot of damage coming out from TrueWhale's side. A lot of damage over time. Does a lot of resilience. Does have skill 3 from the Praha left. That's a pretty big proc on Oliver. Oliver might drop from this Masha coming up, so thompsin's going to be able to even this out 3 units to 3 soon.
Ooh, Carson beautiful, trying to get some value here. Defense break sitting on top of the Leo. More additional turns popping up for absolutely everybody here. Shizuka's going to get removed from the field potentially.
Shizuka might be removed from the field here, but again, that proc on the Narsha really big. That's a lot of HP on that Shizuka, and that's another proc on that Praha.
Praha is just absolutely going off here. So many additional turns are popping up here for TrueWhale. Things starting to cycle in his way in this second match.
Definitely things are looking to cycle his way. That Praha's really tanky. If this Leo's not able to take out this Praha, TrueWhale's looking like he's in a really good spot here. This Sekhmet is not going to do a lot here. Should be laying that attack break onto the Leo. Not sure why he didn't do that there. But TrueWhale's looking like he's in a decent spot, but this is not over yet. It could be anyone's game.
Definitely not over yet. Nasha looking for the dismount on top of the Nasha. Does get that dismount right there. Nasha has big skill 2 damage coming out onto the Nasha. Finishing off that Nasha. We can put both these units to sleep here with the 3rd skill. We may save them for the time he beats.
Yeah, and thompsin here does not get a proc on that Masha here. This Leo's going to be doing a fair bit of damage, but TrueWhale does have a proc on segment. Should be able to take out that Leo if he does end up giving it attack break, give it glancing over time here. TrueWhale looks to be in a good spot.
TrueWhale definitely looking like he's in a really good spot here. Might actually go for that 3rd skill, putting thompsin's team to sleep here. Does land both sleeps.
Does land both sleeps, which is great on the side of TrueWhale here. Does pick up his team, which is big. Praha's going to be able to cycle, and with the Leo on the field, going to take a lot of turns here. So I really like TrueWhale's position, but again, anything can happen. He's going to have to watch the HP of Leo and not put it in torrent range.
Yep, that's right. He might go for the Curse of Beautiful, knowing that it might be enough to finish off that Masha, and it is going to be enough to finish off that Masha. He's got to be really careful with this, because Torrent's going to be up next turn. He violence, and he does have the Torrent available. He's going to be holding on to that scale. I don't think he is going to be using it.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that torrent usage there. TrueWhale should save skill 3, should just put the attack break. Very smart. Did not land the attack break, which is pretty big there. Unfortunately, did not land that, but big proc on the Praha there, and TrueWhale might be able to auto this Leo down.
He might be able to auto this Leo down. He can go for whatever he wants right here, because that additional damage is going to be enough. TrueWhale taking round 2.
Here. TrueWhale's going to have the opening he wants. Great Pontos pick here, and I think Changpong is probably going to be the ban when he does this, because he has double immunity, and thompsin doesn't really have a stripper once Changpong's banned. So Changpong's likely the ban here. If I'm thompsin, I'm kind of stuck dead in the water here. I might be taking out the Pontos or probably taking out some damage and just trying to survive with the Shizuka, but I really favor TrueWhale's draft here. Take out the Changpong, and thompsin doesn't really have a stripper.
Yeah, most definitely. Thompsin had no choice but to ban out one of those immunity units, and he chose to ban out the Obusa. HP lead for thompsin, speed lead for TrueWhale. TrueWhale with a very excellent draft here going into thompsin.
Yeah, TrueWhale's going to lay in a world of damage on the thompsin side here, so we'll see if he's going to be able to get through the Nana Orb, snipe out a unit here before this immunity and invincibility comes off from Pontos.
Ooh, there's TrueWhale trying to pummel the damage on top of the Nana. Nana's still looking healthy here. We got Oliver looking to probably reset attack bar reduction onto the Masha, not receiving anything though.
Wow, really unlucky for TrueWhale. Misses both the Nana defense break and the reset on the Oliver. So super unlucky to start this match, even though he had a much better draft here. So we'll see how thompsin responds, but again, thompsin's not going to be able to get much done here. Is probably going to have to use Shizuka skill 3 to get invincibility on his side of it.
There's Holy Ground coming out for TrueWhale. He's able to protect his units from the Gurkha. Gurkha not able to do anything here. Honestly, none of TrueWhale's units are going to be able to, thompsin's units are going to be able to do anything with this invincibility up.
Yeah, exactly here. And so TrueWhale's going to lose invincibility first, which might put him at disadvantage. This Narsha can proc a couple times, so he might be able to get in and strip a unit off. But I'm not exactly sure I like the position that TrueWhale's in anymore, given the fact that he missed so many times.
Yeah, both these players, just a ton of skill 1s. Not one of them wanting to use any of their skills up, obviously, except this big little hit there on top of the Gurkha.
Yeah, and really unlucky proc by that Gurkha, exposing himself, so that Gurkha is going to be able to be taking a lot of damage. The Protect Soul goes up on the Shizuka. I'm not sure about that, but I think it's also okay here. But there's going to be a lot of damage coming out from this Narsha onto this Gurkha here. TrueWhale's going to be looking to try to get through some Nana Orbs.
Let's see if he's able to do it here. Once again, thompsin just pummeling away at all this invincibility. Narsha with some opportunity here to do a little bit of damage to Gurkha. Now skills are available. We might see some big numbers coming in of TrueWhale.
But TrueWhale's so unlucky, not landing a single thing with that Narsha here. So really unlucky for TrueWhale here. This Narsha has not been able to strip, not been able to land defense breaks, but still controlling the Gurkha. That's exactly what he's going to need to do to be able to survive this match here. TrueWhale just needs to find a way to get to a Nana Orb.
Yeah, super unlucky with that Narsha, but Oliver doing his job right now. Any Despair Stuns coming out for the Nana. No Despair Stuns here. Defense break landed on top of the Narsha. That might be able to, might be a window for thompsin to do something.
Might be a window here, but we do see a Narsha and a Dominic taking turns very soon here, so thompsin might be losing an orb. I think TrueWhale's looking for this window of opportunity to be able to pull ahead in this match.
Comes a big skill 2 is going to be coming out here, putting all these units on silence, except that Narsha, of course. Here comes the silence, and it only lands on Nana and Shizuka.
Yeah, and TrueWhale here needs to do something with this Narsha. Does not take out the Nana. This Narsha does get dismounted, but this Oliver is going to be able to use skill 3, reset a unit, and recycle use skill 2.
That's right. He's going to be using it on the Nana. Nana's going to be dropping here. No more orbs, no more survival for thompsin here. He does have that skill 2 on top of his Shizuka to keep his team alive, though.
Yeah, and TrueWhale here does get that skill 2 onto that Gurkha, so is able to reset attack bars a little bit. Allows his Dominic to go in front, so Dominic's going to take out this Gurkha here, and TrueWhale's going to be in a good spot.
Yeah, TrueWhale's in a very good spot there, putting thompsin down 2 units right now. And of course, Dominic's going to be taking that additional turn. You can see that he's going to be going after the Masha next, looking for a dismount.
Yeah, definitely looking for a dismount here. There is a reset. This Oliver is going to control the Shizuka here. This Masha's going to need to proc a lot of times if it wants to do anything, but again, TrueWhale's probably going to be able to survive with Pontos, with the Dominic. He's in a good spot.
There's that 3rd skill coming out there, protecting his Masha with the invincibility. Of course, Dominic's not able to get through here. None of these units are going to be able to get through because there's no strip on the side of TrueWhale.
Yeah, TrueWhale might be losing this Oliver here. Definitely going to be losing this Oliver here. That's a lot of damage coming out. That's also big proc, but does expose the Masha, which might be a little unlucky for thompsin here.
Definitely exposes her indeed. Let's see if he goes for a 2nd skill to try to bring the cooldowns back onto the Masha. Or does he choose to bring it on himself to lower the cooldowns of that 3rd skill?
TrueWhale's going to be dismounting the Masha, and if that Dominic gets a proc, that would be the end of this, but does not get a proc here, so he's going to be eating a shot back. This Masha does a lot of damage. Does not proc there, so TrueWhale's going to be able to use this Dominic to take out Masha on the next turn.
Yep, Holy Ground protecting TrueWhale's units here. That might be what wins it right there. Oh, no strip from the Shizuka of the invincibility.
No strip from the Shizuka, but probably doesn't matter much. TrueWhale should go to dismount this Masha here. Does go for the dismount on the Masha, so very good use of skill there. TrueWhale just needs to make sure that the Shizuka does not proc very much. Should silence it here so that the Dominic's able to take it out later on.
A very nice silence right there. Shizuka can't do anything to TrueWhale's units here. Dominic, definitely the unit to take thompsin down here in this round 3. Here comes the damage and no additional turn here.
And that's a big proc on that Pontos, allows that Dominic to survive. Shizuka needs a proc if thompsin wants to hang in here, but he's basically relying on 20% and does get a proc.
Does get that proc. I'm not too sure that's what he needs to get through, but he's able to, never mind, not stun up a Dominic.
Yeah, it doesn't stun up the Dominic, but does have the ability to revive a unit and then down that Dominic here. So that's a very big proc coming out from thompsin's side here. Very lucky to get that. This Shizuka is hanging on with like 2,000 HP here. thompsin might be able to squeak on by, but it's going to be tight.
He's got skills available on the Masha. Look for the defense break kill on Dominic. Gets that kill. Can Shizuka hold on?
Wow, super lucky from thompsin to have that proc on the Shizuka earlier here. TrueWhale needs to do some damage with this Pontos. We'll see if it does more damage over time. Does need to use its skill 2s and skill 1s very wisely and preserve his cooldowns here because this is not game over.
Definitely not game over at all. I mean, Shizuka can live through this, especially if thompsin's able to get a proc here. And he does! He does get the proc there. He can revive back anything or potentially put the skill 2 on himself to keep himself alive here. Brings back the Masha for Masha to deal a little bit more damage here. He does have the holy ground to keep himself alive here. We've got some crazy back and forth.
Wow, so many procs coming out from the Shizuka here, putting TrueWhale in a rough spot. TrueWhale, next time thompsin revives a unit, Masha's going to have skill 2 up, so that's going to be a lot of damage coming out to TrueWhale.
And there's that skill 2 fast link comes out. thompsin taking round 3 over TrueWhale.
And Gianna's going to be able to roam free. So TrueWhale likely would be banning the Gianna here, but again, we see that Leo coming out here. And so that Leo is going to be stifling a lot of damage from this Narsha.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, thompsin's trying to put TrueWhale in an awkward place there with that ban, with that last pick being the Leo. Ragdoll's going to get the boot, and we've got Oliver getting banned out.
We have Oliver getting banned out, which makes some sense here. And again, we didn't expect a Leo ban out. The Ragdoll ban out makes sense, is exactly what we saw in the match where we saw Leo come out beforehand. So thompsin's going to be able to have a Gianna Shizuka here. But TrueWhale, again, as we saw before, Praha brings a lot of heals, a lot of cycling, a lot of damage, and we have that Narsha, we have that Wusa for resilience. So I favor TrueWhale's draft here. Better long-term longevity into thompsin's team.
Let's see what happens, guys. We're in round 4 right here. TrueWhale looking to stay in. thompsin looking for a victory. Leo kicking us off.
Leo kicking us off, but does not land a pushback on the segment. So segment's likely going to be able to get a reset onto that Gianna there. Let's see if it lands here. That would be big. Does land. Lucky for TrueWhale, seeing his luck today. Lucky to get that reset on there, and it's going to be in a good spot. thompsin does not have a strip on his side of the field.
Yep, shield and immunity on the side of TrueWhale looking extra safe right now. We got some big damage coming out from this Narsha. Let's see if he chooses to go onto the Gianna, and he does. Additional turns going to be popping out here. He's looking at capitalizing off that defense break that he just got. Not dealing as much damage as he did the first hit.
And TrueWhale showing us that experience, not using skill 2, saving it for when he needs to strip this. So very good restraint from TrueWhale, looking for a better window to deploy that skill 2 from the Narsha to be able to burst down thompsin's units.
A little bit of first skill damage going out onto the Narsha. Narsha taking it very, very well. We do have a third skill available on the side of thompsin. He could be throwing up shields and immunity himself.
Yeah, he could be throwing that up, and that's exactly what he needs to do. He's in a lot of trouble right now. But there's also a lot coming out from the side of TrueWhale. There's strips coming out, but thompsin does have skill 2 into skill 3. That Gianna proc a couple of times, so it is going to be able to stun up TrueWhale's side. Really lucky from thompsin to get that proc from Gianna here. TrueWhale's going to be on the back foot.
Yep, here comes all that damage coming from Leo onto the Narsha. thompsin looking for a quick dismount. We're going to see a big second skill going into Gianna. Gianna looking extra low. Keep in mind that there is still a Nana on the field.
Yeah, when this Shizuka does get a turn again, that Shizuka is going to have bombs on its skill 3, so very huge. Big difference from a previous match before. This Shizuka is going to have bombs on skill 3, so TrueWhale's going to need to be able to take a unit out pretty quickly, or time it so that his Wusa shield is up when Shizuka has its skills again.
There's that one orb getting removed from the field. We've got TrueWhale trying to take out that Gianna. Gianna's still alive right now. No despair stun going out on top of the Narsha. We're really trying to dismount that unit. thompsin finally gets the dismount on the Narsha, but that skill is available. You can take out the Gianna, and that will remove that unit from the...
Does not get that Narsha out, so pretty, does not get that Gianna down, so pretty big lack of damage there. TrueWhale's looking like he needs to survive here, needs to take out this Gianna.
Definitely needs to take out that Gianna indeed. He's got that third skill available to put thompson's team to sleep there. Doesn't get the Shizuka, though.
Doesn't get the Shizuka, but should use his reset on the Shizuka and then use an auto attack onto the Gianna. Does use his skills very wisely here. Needs to protect that Narsha and not give thompsin an orb.
There's the kill, finally on the Gianna. TrueWhale taking a unit down there. Narsha looking to pummel that damage. Potentially on the defense broken Leo, though.
I think he does go for so much damage, even through that slow passive of Leo.
There's the damage we were looking for. Leo gets removed from the Narsha, and we've got Segment looking for some damage and attack right there on the Nana.
So much damage coming from the side of TrueWhale with that Narsha. So much resilience here. thompsin needs to take out that Narsha to get an orb, but even if he does so, I'm not sure if he has a chance to win here. thompsin also does have a strip coming from Shizuka by way of Gianna here, but again, TrueWhale just has a lot of damage over time.
Yep. He's got a full team of everything here available to him, but we've got Gianna getting revived back for full team stuns to help thompsin try to get here. I'm not too sure he's going to get much. Nice despair stuns on top of the Wusa, though.
But Shizuka not procking there. Shizuka, if it gets one more proc, he's going to be able to lay on a bunch of bombs here. So TrueWhale does need to lay on some damage, does need to take out that Nana. That Narsha hanging on is absolutely massive.
It really is, because he's able to heal his team. Narsha's back to looking healthy once again. thompsin trying to do all he can to remove that Narsha from the field. Lots of blood of everything coming to the field with that third skill of Shizuka.
And this Shizuka has 50 violence sets on it, pretty much procking every turn there. Absolutely massive proc there. He's going to be able to take up this Leo. Does revive the Leo. He wants to do enough damage to guarantee an orb on his side of the field.
Huge damage coming out of Leo, removing that Praha from the field.
removes that Praha, and then Narsha goes down, does not get an orb onto Nana, but again, TrueWhale does not have a lot of damage anymore. I think thompsin's got this in the bag. TrueWhale needs a win condition, he doesn't have it right now. He's going to need to have that Wusa lay in a lot of damage into this Nana, but again, Nana with that orb up, it's going to be impossible for TrueWhale to take out.
It really is. Wusa grasping for a 2-turn sleep on top of the Shizuka. No dice coming through there. Goes for a second skill. No defense breaks, but glancing is going to be applied. I don't know if that's going to be enough for TrueWhale here. This Shizuka performing phenomenally for thompsin.
I think TrueWhale's going to need to start by taking out this Nana here. He's going to need to use a segment to keep that Shizuka locked down here. So that skill 3 is going to be dedicated to that Shizuka. And we're going to need thompsin's Shizuka not to proc a single time. Otherwise, we're going to be seeing a 3-1 here.
Yeah, Sekmet looking for the reset. Does nail that Shizuka with the reset. Shizuka with no skills available. All these first skills are going to go right into the Nana. Once that Nana's gone, it's going to be a lonely Shizuka that is reset.
Definitely going to be a lonely Shizuka at this point here, and that segment keeps on landing, then thompsin's not going to have a window to win here. TrueWhale does have resilience from this Wusa segment, so TrueWhale looking like he's in a good spot now, has stabilized. Once he takes out this Nana, he's going to be able to take this one home.
There's a very nice initial turn coming out of TrueWhale, trying to keep himself into this match. He can use second skill, but he may save it here.
Definitely wise move to save it. That just shows the experience of TrueWhale having played in a lot of tournaments here. And this Shizuka is going to need to get some turns somehow. TrueWhale just needs to keep the Shizuka locked down, and he's going to win.
Here comes that big second skill here. He might go for third skill so he doesn't have to avoid anything. There's the second skill. Here comes the reset. Does the reset land on top of the Shizuka? And that's the nail in the coffin right there for thompsin. TrueWhale with a great victory here over thompsin. We're going into a round 5.
Wow, what a match there. We're going into a round 5.
I'm so curious what's going to happen. What is the outcome between thompsin and TrueWhale in Game 5?
I think we're going to see a speed lead removal coming from the side of TrueWhale. So TrueWhale, well, takes out the Wusa, which is interesting here. That Okeanos has to be on Swift if he's going to do that this way here. But at the same time, the Asima ban is a little interesting too. thompsin's going to have to face a Tianlang into his Gurkha, which is actually favors thompsin a little bit. I actually like thompsin's draft a little bit. He does have the Nana to fall back on. TrueWhale's going to need to get a couple of procs, timely procs, if he wants to be able to hang in there and then take units off the field later.
Well, let's see if it's going to be enough. We have our last match. thompsin, TrueWhale, Game 5.
thompsin's going to kick this off with a really well-ruined Nana, but that Nana doesn't do anything because it goes first into units, a team full of will here. So this Gurkha also misses the strip, so that's absolutely massive. This Oliver's not going to do a single thing.
You can see thompsin's really trying to do away with the Sokianos. He does not want to see this unit here. Rain of Stones is available for TrueWhale. Goes for AoE stuns here. Does get everybody except the Nana. Narsha with skills available.
And this is where that huge proc on that Narsha here, this violent Tianlang is going to do a lot of damage over time here. This is why I really like that build of Tianlang to be violent in these types of situations. Saves that skill 2, knows that he doesn't need it now here. TrueWhale's probably going to lay in skill 3 here and just push his aggression, push the damage, and take this win right here.
Definitely, there's the defense breaks, there's the stuns all laid out onto the field. Skill 2 available on top of the Okeanos. He places wherever he wants, so he can help get rid of this Dominic from the field now that there's no more orbs sitting on top of that Nana. Reset does not land on top of the Gurkha. Big damage coming out of the Narsha, though. He can easily remove units from the field with defense break on him.
Yeah, and TrueWhale's not looking for a reset on the Gurkha there. He's looking to do damage here. He knows his Tianlang does a lot of damage. Takes out that unit, needs to remove that Gurkha now. He is working on that unit, refreshes some skills, but does not have it available, but is basically going to be able to take out that Gurkha and seal this match.
There it is, guys. We've seen it. There's no stacks on the Nana. There's no way that thompsin's going to keep this team alive here. The damage is not there. TrueWhale taking round 5 from